Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. Today we are going to create a beach theme tumbler. So a couple videos back I made this tumbler topper, beach themed. So I'm going to finish the cup to go with this. And I got some new paints in. They're the glow-in-the-dark acrylic paints. There's 10 colors, so I'm gonna probably use some of these. And then I also got a box of 18 iridescent colors. So I haven't used these before. I usually use the like the regular artist acrylic heavy bodied, but we're gonna kind of mix them in between, kind of use the both and try to get it so that it will have some glow features to it. And I don't know, just we'll see what we come up with. So I don't really know what colors I'm using yet. I was thinking of using this Aqua Flash for the ocean part. Oh wow, these have nice little plastic little covers. Oh, so that's really shimmery. All right, so we're gonna end up using some of that. Do I have another? I have a glow-in-the-dark blue, but I don't want to just use that. So let's do some of the blue flash. No, I'm going to start with the regular colors, and then we will build from there. So I'm just going to use a... Oh, this is just the primary blue color. So we're going to start with that. Excuse me. All right, so I'm trying to figure out which brush I want to use because it's a dark blue, but we can brighten that up. And let me pour a little bit of my liquid white. This is just the Craft Smart. I just didn't open up another tube of white, so I'll just use this. It's what I had laying around. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna just start with a mop brush. Oh, actually, let me get a cup with some water in it, just so I have something to rinse my brushes. All right. I'm gonna actually do two because when I clean out this mop brush, it's gonna really soil the water. And all right, I think I'm ready now. So I am gonna wet my brush. I know a lot of people don't wet their brush when they start, but I like to start with a damp mop brush. To me, I get a better blend of colors. So I'm not gonna go like exactly halfway. I'm gonna stay, and I'm just gonna start with some of the blue. Let me put my water over here, and I'll move my paint so that you guys can see. I'm hopefully this is gonna show a little bit better than the first painting video that I did. All right, so I am just going to, we're just gonna get some of this blue on this cup. And I am just gonna go in with some white because I want my sky to be kind of daylight. All right, I'm just gonna spread this around thinly, and then we can go in with some other colors. Just kind of setting a nice tone. All right, so I'm gonna clean that brush. And this isn't working as good as I wanted it to on this cup. So I am going to, let's switch to a flat brush. We'll try a flat brush and see. So I want to go in with this Aqua Flash, this metallic, because I want to see how that is going to look on here. So I'm just going to so this is going to probably, most likely, take several coats. And I am not too concerned about getting everything covered, because that's going to give me that depth in the water, having the dark and the light streaks in there. So I just kind of want to like bring those little streaks, kind of smooth them out. Just kind of getting some of that movement in. And then we will go over like another layer. So I'm gonna bring this down a little bit more. I am gonna have just a thin like sand layer or sand-ish color layer. All right, so I'm gonna rinse that, and we're gonna give that a chance to dry. And let me get, I'm gonna do a little bit of burnt umber. Which is, it's just like a dark brown. So I'm gonna put this around the bottom, and then I'm gonna pick up some of the white, and we're gonna just kind of highlight it. You know what? I'm gonna take this out because I feel like I'm gonna have more control with my hand. All right, so I'm not rinsing my brush. I'm just going into a little bit of that white, and we're just gonna kind of smear that through a little bit, leaving some of the dark. All right, so I'm gonna rinse my brush, I'm gonna dry that off. So I'm gonna, oh crap. All right, I have got to get a, oh, let me see. I'm gonna that one's a little bit firmer. So let me fix my thumbprints here. All right, so I'm just gonna go in, since I'm already in the ocean part. All right, I'm just trying to keep it in frame for you guys. And I'm just using a very little bit of paint on the, just on the tip. And then I got to figure out which colors I'm going to use to get some glow effects going. So I want some of this to come right over where I put the sand, just so it's going to make that sand look like it's kind of in the water. All right, so I just want to make sure that there's like no harsh All right, so I'm gonna wash that. And you could use a hair dryer or a heat gun or something to dry in between, but I'm gonna try to keep this video somewhat quick. I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna try, oh no, I want it, let me get the glow in the dark blue. All right, so I gotta open this one. All right, so this is the glow in the dark blue. And I just got these on Amazon because I wanted my outdoor statues. I don't know if you guys have seen that little video, but we do cement statues. And I wanted to be able to do like the welcome and stuff on those in like a glow in the dark paint so that it would show up at night. And I only had a couple of glow in the dark ones, so I just figured I would try it. So I'm going in with the darker blue now, just to kind of give a little bit of depth through this sky, because it was just a bit bright, a little bit too light for what I wanted. So, and where you can see the cut behind, I'll just go in and put like a cloud or something over that. And then I am going to create something on the horizon line. So we're gonna fix that where the water and the ocean and the sky meets. So it's a little bit tricky when you're painting on a round surface, because you've got to, you know, try to remember that you're going around. Your scene is not just in the front. So, all right. So I'm going to go in with that glow paint now, and we're just going to blend that in with that color that we had. So I'm hoping by putting this layer over, it'll glow. I have no clue. I won't be able to find out until this cup is dried. So yeah, it's gonna be, this is kind of like an experiment to say the least. All right. And even if I don't have it everywhere, I mean, it's not a big deal. I just want it to have like some sort of a glow. And I'm wondering if I mixed. All right, I guess we're gonna end up using some of this light blue in the water as well. We're just gonna, we'll kind of make it so that like it's waves that's gonna glow in the dark. Oh, that's, in my head, that's what's working. You know, just have like a few white cap type thingies. And it'll just kind of give a little bit of that 3D look to the water. And I know once we put the resin over these colors, they should become a little bit more vibrant. And I will end up putting another coat of that metallic on, that greenish. All right, that's kind of looking good. And I will just do the same thing, but we'll get some of that green in between these colors. Just, you know, it's the ocean. It's moving around out there, doing its thing. So, and I'm trying to do this, so, and I'm not going to fast forward. So if you know, if anybody doesn't, you know, like to watch everything, you can fast forward, but I'm just kind of doing it to show you guys the way I paint. All right. So I'm actually really digging that water. I think I'm gonna leave that like that. And now let me get just a little tiny, I guess that's one thing I'm gonna have to invest in is some really small filbert brushes, because that is where I am very limited. All right, I'm just gonna take this one and I'm just gonna put like a few wispy clouds up through the sky. So let me find if I have a spot that I kind of don't like. And now as my paint's just kind of blending off my brush, I'm just making lighter and lighter, like wispy clouds. And I'm kind of doing it sideways. I'll just pick up a little bit more white. Just kind of add a little bit of all right, so what are you thinking? All right, so now let's, I'm gonna use the same flat brush and I'm going to kind of make a few little mountains out through here. And then I'll probably go in with just a hint of black to kind of give the ground, where the horizon line. There we go. Just kind of using that darker brown, and we're just kind of giving that like a land mass. And I'm going to go in with just the dark blue. I'm going to try not to use any black, but I'm just kind of taking that dark blue and kind of melting it in with that darker brown, just so it gives that a little bit of more richness and not such a harsh. There we go. All right. So let's see. I was thinking about doing a palm tree. I just gotta see where if there's a mountain that I don't really care for. All right, I guess I'm gonna put a palm tree right here. So I am gonna dry this layer a little bit. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to come right in here. And I'm going to do it at kind of at an angle. All right, I'm going to make sure I'm in camera. And so I'm bringing it so it's like coming off the bottom of the cup. And we'll just do like a second one. All right, so I'm going to, we're gonna mix a little bit of the burnt sienna, which is kind of like a reddish brown. Oh, way too much. Oh well. All right. All right, I'm gonna let that, we're gonna let that dry, and I am going to green. I want to start with a dark green, so I'm going to use the Hooker's Green. It's a really dark green for my first layer of my palm leaves, palm prawns, or whatever they're called. And I want to get a decent angle brush. I'm going to use this one here. All right. So I'm just going to I'm just coating both sides of the brush so it makes a nice point. And then we're going to just kind of, and then we're just going to bring some down. Just going in different directions. And then once I start adding the lighter layers on this is when it will start standing out. So this first layer is always a darker layer. Just kind of filling it in, and then we'll take the other one and we're just going to go right over some of the first one. All right, so I'm going to rinse that off, and I'm going to take some of the dark brown and some of the white. And we're just going to I'm just going to kind of scoop this just so it gives like that textured. I'm just kind of going in like a little scoop motion, but I'm letting some of those other colors kind of show through. All right. So let's, I'm gonna try the iridescent green as my second layer. And then my highlight layer, I think I'm gonna do the glow in the dark on the highlights of the tree. And I'm just seeing if I have a smaller, I do, I have a smaller angled brush. So I think this should just give a little bit more of like that shimmery, so I'm just using the tip of this brush and just kind of dragging it down. And we can have a few sticking up if the wind's blowing. Oh, those are looking good. All right, so I gotta get that one. And then this one is kind of going over that one. So I just figured doing a hand-painted cup just kind of makes it unique and all on its own. So nobody will ever have that same cup, because even if I tried to repaint the same cup, it's going to be different. It's just the nature of the beast. Oh, I'm loving that. All right, so now to add a little bit of glow in the dark, because we have beautiful palm trees, so we want them to stand out at night. So what I'll probably do is I'll get this finished and I will upload this video, because I have to go to my daughter's culinary graduation tonight for high school. So I wanted to at least get some content up for you guys. And then I will put some epoxy on here. And then I will, on the next one that I'm going to do, I will do like the full tumbler and the putting the epoxy on. So you'll be able to see that process in the next video. But this is just kind of how to paint your scene on your tumbler. All right, so I don't know if this is, oh, it is going to kind of show up through there. I was like, I don't know. And I don't want to put a lot. I just kind of like, I want it to be the glow in the dark as the highlight of the color. Because like I said, I don't even know if this is like going to really work. It should. I mean, it's glow in the dark paint, but you just never know. Plus, we're having severe thunderstorm warnings, so I don't want to take a chance on getting resin on my cup and then we lose power and my spinner stop and ruins my cup. I would cry. All right, so that is looking pretty gosh darn good. All right, so I'm digging the water. I think I want to add just a little something on some of those mountains. I'm just so they kind of stand out just a little. And if you put too much light, you can always just go back over it with some of the darker brown, and it will give you just another variation. So I will be doing a hand-painted, slate piece. So that will be laying flat. So you guys will totally be able to see like everything I'm doing. Because I'm trying to keep this in frame, but yet still be able to see what I'm doing here. All right, that just kind of, I think, makes it stand out a little tiny bit more. Nothing major. All right, so I'm gonna put kind of like some rocks down here. And I'm just gonna kind of gonna put some of that dark brown into the ground here, just to show that this is some sand down here, because I had some spots that I really didn't like. It was a little too light. And all right. So if, let's see, I have palm trees over here. So maybe, all right, so maybe we're gonna put some, we'll just put like a few long sprigs of grass just to kind of give a little something on the other side, like in between these rocks. And I'm just using the tip on this brush. And then I'm gonna go over it with the metallic. And I didn't even clean my brush off, because we can just let those colors kind of meld together. All right, so I am going to rinse my brush to bring some of the glow in the dark paint over it. All right. So let's take and let's see, I'm going to wet my liner brush, and I'm just going to dip it into my white, because I want that to be a little bit thinner. And we're just gonna put some little like birds or something flying in the sky. might as well put one over here. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? And then I'm going to sign it. Let me just kind of give it a good look over here. Oh, I'm really liking these metallics, guys. The iridescence. It just kind of like gives that shimmer on the things. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more in through here. Just kind of. All right, so let me see. I am gonna sign my initials in I don't know which one is gonna show up the best. Because I don't want it to stand way out, but I'm gonna try the blue and I will see how it. So I just sign MCD, which is my initials. And what I will do is I'll end up doing something on the bottom and then I will sign my full name on the bottom, but I will use a paint pen. So yeah, so this is what we ended up coming up with today. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this a cup that you would buy? And we're going to take this out. Sorry, I didn't mean to move the camera. And we're going to put our topper to get that full effect. Look how stinking cute. Oh, you know what I should have done? Let's see, we have a starfish up there. Let's take some of this pink color, this peach orange. And let me get a smaller liner brush. Something that I can have a little bit more, control. Let's try this one. All right. And let's see if we can kind of maybe put a starfish in. All right, and let's see, let's put maybe a sand dollar over here. or a little shell or something. Alrighty, guys, that is it for today. I will see you on the next one.